Dusty balls.
That's fantastic. Hello to the crowd, I'm John Suiters, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Playback. And I am here again with Nintendo 360 and his dusty balls.
Sandy balls.
Whatever you want to call them. In this episode, we're still going to be continuing to do stuff here because, you know, that's what we need to do.
You have to complete enough challenges from each location before you can go on to the next.
Well, actually, it's not so much that, but it's actually you need to complete certain challenges. There are some challenges in the game that you are not at all required to do. Yeah,
The turbo gets me all frisky.
the boost is a bit better for us just because, well,
It speeds up the game and it helps us to get better,
that and plus we don't have the ability to actually use the pearls yet, but that'll come in hand sooner or later.
There's no real value in collecting them, is there?
Well, not yet anyway, but we'll get into that when we get there.
So this is the one where you break the 5 jars.
Yeah, but something I wanted to talk about real quick that I didn't get to last episode. The characters in this world are actually not the characters that we know and love from the Sonic universe, but instead are just used as representations for certain characters that appear in famous stories of the Arabian Nights, such as Shahryar, Ali Baba will eventually reach Sinbad, and a couple other characters that are important. And just as a bit of a side note, there's only one original character one original character outside of the ones we've already been introduced to that is in the game, but we'll get to him soon enough. Well, maybe not soon enough, because it's right near the end of the game, but whatever, you get my point. But anyways, we just smashed a crap ton of jars, and we are done with that. And, oh wow, looky at that. We just unlocked a whole brand new world. I didn't know how to segue into that, but anyways, yeah, we unlocked a whole new world to play with. A bit earlier on than I expected, but anyways, this is Dinosaur Jungle, which was kind of hinted at by, I don't know, the pterodactyl that swooped down and stole King Shahryar.
Terry.
Yes, the Terry.
Terry.
But anyways, as we get into this stage, I'll be honest,
It's not my favorite level.
well, not just that, this probably has my least favorite level song. This probably has my least favorite song in the entire game, and it also starts off with this very, very awkward camera angle where for some reason you're running forward and what the heck? Oh. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's just run away from the dinosaurs. And why do we have this awkward camera angle?
I like how he stops in motion when he gets hit, because when I get hit, I know I move a little bit.
We should be okay.
And it's like, I know that I love how, like, suddenly it just stops with me, and then it's like the dinosaurs are like, hey guys, let's wait for him. I mean, we're civilized people, right? I mean, we can wait for him to get up, right? Yeah, I could agree, but, well, I don't know, I kind of want to eat him. No. Have to be civilized. Let's wait for him to go up.
Guys, what are we doing here? We're dinosaurs.
Splits in two here.
Whoever said we could be part of the region?
You can use your homing attack on the balls that don't have spikes.
Alright, but anyways, here we are. Welcome to Dinosaur Jungle, the new area of the game where basically dinosaurs. But anyway, yeah, this is pretty much just your typical second level with running into cacti, which usually doesn't happen. But basically, now that you got more introduced to the controls, now we're pretty much just going to be running around and being introduced to all sorts of other new mechanics, such as the wave riding, which we saw earlier, and running on vines, and just things of that nature.
Well, I have to point out that after this game was released, every Sonic game that ever came out after this was designed on a platformer that was a pick up and play. It didn't focus too much on the game mechanics. It realized that you're supposed to move and jump. Basic controls.
It just realized that we're supposed to be playing the game instead of just kind of learning the game as we go along, which I do prefer games that have a bit more of an intuitive thing to them. And okay, we don't even need to do that. We can just jump over the brick and just run across the dinosaur. Okay. Works for me.
Now, there's a little thing in here that they messed up on. It's the area of movement. Like, you're only allowed to go left and right so much before the screen stops you.
Yeah, this is one of the few Sonic games that has a bit of
it holds you to the path.
Yeah, like, this is a very on-rails game in every sense of the word. Oh yeah, and by the way, if your lot gets hit by any of those spiky balls, you are drowning. Which, she says right there. Thank you, Shara.
A little late, girl.
Well, actually, I think we were just a little late, because, well, you know, we shouldn't be running into the balls, but we at least got the Fire Soul, and once you collect the Fire Soul, even if it's beyond the checkpoint, you still have it forever. It is with you. Oh boy, T-Rex! What is this, Jurassic Park? Nom on those rocks, T-Rex! Nom them to your heart's content. No, you want to.
I would like to point out how calm this T-Rex is.
Yeah, he looks kind of pissed.
No, he's actually pretty calm. If he knew you were there, he'd be moving around and after you a little more. He has to break it.
And apparently he broke me too. Without actually breaking me because nom nom nom. But regardless, we're right near the end of the level actually. Compared to Sand Oasis, I feel like this level is actually shorter for some reason.
Well, there's a lot of times in this level where you move fast.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's just a matter of pacing in this case, because you're running around a bit more, you're trying to pick up speed, and I guess you could say that's part of the theme of the scenario, where at first it was just learning the controls and trying to handle your environment, but now you're actually having more of a scenario where you're just trying to pick up speed.
The training wheels are now off, and you're left to ride your bike together.
Yep. And we just got level 5, which activates for us probably one of the more useful abilities in the game, to me at least, the backstep. And because of the fact that I've never played this game on this Wii before, we just unlocked a new minigame for the multiplayer mode, which we may or may not do eventually. But anyways, this is happening.
Save me!
I always knew Sonic's shoes were spiky for a reason.
How dare you! I am the king! Must you be so rude?
Sorry.
Your Highness, where did that spirit go?
Just as I feared, he's gone ahead to that castle, and it seems more minions are being assembled.
Castle?
There's a giant fortress just ahead. It's a relic from an ancient kingdom.
Ooh, ominous. We're gonna find out what that place is eventually, but not now. Anyways, looks like we don't have any other missions to do here except for the Die Hard mission.
Awkwardly enough, isn't it like once we are further in the game, they have us go back and do challenges on previous levels?
Yeah, I think they do that at one point actually. In fact, from what I remember, I don't think the Die Hard... Okay, I think some of the Die Hard challenges are required, but there will also be perfect challenges where you can't get hit at all. And just to save you the time and trouble in case you're at that point in the game already, none of those are required at all. But that's something that I want to talk about actually. Not all of the missions in the game, you don't have to do all of them. But this game has a bit of a problem with explaining that. Like, they don't talk about which missions you can, which you need to do and don't need to do, and I just don't.
This just isn't my day.
The broken jar.
I got... Are you saying I broke my own jar? And that's not what I meant to do. Cut. Okay, and we are back. Where I previously got my ass kicked and narrowly escaped death again. But digressing from that, now instead of a T-Rex we got spiky balls, which aren't much more of a threat. Anyway, back to what I was saying earlier. This game has a bit of a way of making you do certain missions, but the problem is they don't tell you which missions you need to do. So, unless you know off the top of your head, you'll be left doing many more missions than you need to, and I can guarantee you by the end of this playthrough I will probably have done more missions than I will have needed to just because of the way the game is designed, and the fact that it doesn't tell me which missions I really do need to do.
The unlocking order of the missions aren't really that simple to follow either.
Overall, it's just a situation that's not really helpful at all. But if you know what you're doing, then you'll be able to get through decently enough. But if you don't, then you're gonna have a bit of a bad time.
Or you'll be wasting time and you'll be doing...
Or you'll be doing missions that you don't need to do, which is part of the reason that I couldn't stand this game when I was younger. Because it wasn't for a while that I realized there are certain missions that I don't even need to do. But instead we're pretty much forced into them anyway, and wow, I just narrowly escaped death again.
Most of the cameras that fall on that one.
Yeah, like, that's kind of the problem with the game, that sometimes the camera or the angles don't help you out, and you just kind of have to figure things out. Like there, for example. Nope, Sonic. Thank you, Sonic. But yeah, I gotta be pretty damn... Okay. There we go. But yeah, just imagine you had to do a mission like that, and it wasn't even required. Imagine just how you'd feel. Because, I mean, when I was originally playing this game, I just wanted to get through the game, but instead, it just put me through this tedium. And I ended up doing a lot more missions than I needed to, and that's part of the reason that I give this game so much flack. It needs better design in that sense, or it's just going to end up leading in circles, or we're just going to end up doing something stupid. But, okay, I think we're gonna do one more mission before we end things off. For now, let's do Rampage!
Oh.
Well, I mean, you gotta beat up the enemies. No, I wanna... There we go. That's much better.
Why don't you take backstep off?
I took the Pearl Collector off.
Yeah, no, why didn't you take off the back?
The backstep can be kind of useful at times.
I thought fire step was...
Fire step basically is like... Whenever you back up into an enemy and use a fire step, then you'll hurt them and possibly just take care of them altogether.
So, feel like going to pick some flowers?
This is no time for goofing around.
Well, look who's here.
And yeah, these flowers require 3 hits to destroy, which is really tedious if you don't know the timing, which... Whoosh. But yeah, basically, this is just your simple Rampage game where... Back up.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh yes, it will. But anyways, I gotta wonder, what do you think about this game's missions and how they work?
You see enemies attack, Sonic?
Or you can just not tell me, whatever.
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Ah, I thought we were talking to the crowd.
Well, I mean, yes, the crowd is important, but of course, what would a guest star be if
I already told
didn't...
you, I like the game a lot.
But I mean, like, how do you feel about the mission system? Like, how do you feel that's been played around? Because I've talked about it quite a bit already. How do you feel about the way the missions are carried out in this game?
Well... If some of the missions are unnecessary, they shouldn't be in there. But they could be unlocked, but it should have, like, some indicator telling you if you like, don't have to do it, or... You know, it shouldn't have to leave it up to you to figure it out.
And I'm having a bit of a... There we go. You're supposed to back jump into that, so then you can...
use its attacks to get to the other side. Maybe we can use its attacks to get to the other side.
That's good. But anyways, yeah, we're back, and I've had a bit of a dumb moment where apparently I forgot you can homing attacks that are thrown at you, so I kind of had to redo this part of the stage a couple times. Yeah, I'm not perfect, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to disappoint you. But, anyways, we're nearly done with the stage. We just gotta kill a few more mooks, and then we're gonna be out of here. Once I get over this dinosaur.
Sonic, watch out!
Eventually, you get a sliding attack, don't you?
Sort of, I think.
Somewhat.
It's been a while since I've played this game, to be honest, so my memory is a little bit rusty, but I remember most of the basic mechanics enough to the point where I can play the game with decent competence, I guess you could say. But anyways, we're coming up short on time, so next time on Sonic and the Secret Rings, we're going to be going through more Dinosaur Jungle, Sand Oasis, Lost Prologue. Okay, not Lost Prologue, because that place is useless. We're going to be going through more places, doing more missions, and just seeing if we can get through and get to the next area. Anyway, I'm John Sudas. See you guys next time.